How to record the blood loss after a baby's birth. When a midwife is completing the labour and birth documentation, clicking on the labour and birth form where you enter the main details of the birth, on the right hand side you see the record blood loss tab. If a blood loss has already been recorded by, for example, a previous midwife who was looking after the patient, you will see the record here. As it hasn't been added in this case, what you need to do is click on the blood loss. It will open the blood loss form. You can select if it's an operative blood loss, estimated or measured. What is really important is to check the date and time of the blood loss. The blood loss has to be documented as following the birth of the delivery of the placenta, so after the third stage, otherwise it will record as antenatal blood loss and not delivery blood loss. So if you know what time the placenta was delivered, you can record at a current time or uh, retrospectively. So let's say in our case, the current time is fine. So we say estimated 300 milliliters. Once you click the estimated blood loss, it will complete the total blood loss, and it will also document in the total blood losses below here. As you can see, at the moment, this is documented as an antenatal blood loss, and the reason for that is that the delivery details have not been entered for this patient. So if I click Save and Close now, it will pop up with a confirmation giving me a second chance to check that everything is correct and the total blood loss is 300 milliliters. So saying yes to that. Now you can see that a blood loss of 300 milliliters was entered. If I come out from this form and look on the labour summary, you can see that the blood loss at the moment stands at 0 milliliters, and that is because we have not documented the baby's birth. So VagiNet looks at this patient as an antenatal. As soon as we enter the delivery information, making sure that the time of birth is before the documented blood loss. So by documenting that the baby was born and also documenting the placenta. And making sure that the time of the placenta is before the documented blood loss. Close. The system will update. And if we look on the labour and birth summary, we will see that the blood loss is now 300 milliliters. In case of a cesarean section, you might find that the operating doctor enters the blood loss when they complete the cesarean section operation notes form. So if I go on this record, nothing has been entered by the midwife here, but the doctor has completed the operation note. So it was a cesarean section, and 350 milliliters has been documented as estimated blood loss during the surgery. So you can, if you look on the right hand side, you can see that that's there documented. So when it comes to the midwife completing the labour and birth form, going through the same process again, once the birth is entered, then this 350 milliliters will populate the estimated blood loss. So there is no need for the midwife to enter additional blood loss unless there is additional blood loss following the surgery, for example in recovery, in which case the blood loss can be added to and it will be increased. Another example is if we go back to the previous patient. So if this patient, for example, had a surgery, a cesarean section, and the midwife has already documented the blood loss, so as we've seen earlier, the 300 milliliters was documented, then the doctor completes the operation note and adds the same blood loss. It will not double the blood loss. So the blood loss will remain at 300 milliliters. So if the surgeon or doctor completing the operation note doesn't agree with the blood loss entered by the midwife, if it changed, if it was measured and it's more, then a new blood loss form needs to be completed, because the operation note completed after the blood loss is documented by the midwife will not increase the blood loss documented in Budgenet. Thank you.